They called her a witch. A dark whisper carried on the wind, a shadow that haunted the edges of the forest. To the villagers, she was a curse, a nameless fear no more one dared to question. Andy the kitten. Well, the kitten was marked, born under a strange moon, with a swirl of fur on its forehead that resembled an ancient, unsettling symbol. From the moment it took its first wobbly steps, it was an outcast. Every night, a pair of glowing eyes would watch from the deep, dark woods. The villagers swore it was the witch's familiar, a creature of darkness. Whispers trailed the tiny kitten like a shroud, turning into pointing fingers and slammed doors. Fear became its only companion, a constant, chilling presence that clung to its small frame. The mother cat felt it first, a primal instinct, a heavy, suffocating feeling in the air. It was a premonition of danger, a feeling that something was drawing closer. Too close. She would nudge her kitten deeper into the hollow of their log, her body a shield against the unseen threat. The world outside their small den was growing colder, more hostile. The rustle of leaves was no longer a playful sound. It was the footfall of an enemy. One night, the forest fell unnaturally still. The wind died, the crickets went silent, and a thick, heavy fog rolled in from the trees, swallowing the moonlight. An eerie quiet descended, the kind that precedes a storm. And then, footsteps, soft, deliberate, crunching on the fallen leaves. A tall figure emerged from the dense fog, its silhouette cutting a sharp, menacing line against the gloom. A dark cloak billowed around it, hiding its face in shadow. A cold, palpable presence radiated from it, making the very air crackle with dread. The kitten, who had crept to the edge of the den, froze in place, its tiny heart hammered against its ribs. The witch was here. She was hunting. Instinct took over. The mother cat leapt in front of her child, a low, guttural growl rumbling in her chest. Her fur stood on end, her butt arched, her claws unsheathed. She was a fraction of the witch's size, a small, trembling creature against an abyss of power. She knew she couldn't win. She knew this was a fight she was destined to lose. But she also knew, with every fiber of her being, that she would not move. This was her ground, her child, her final stand. The witch slowly raised the gnarled staff, its tip glowing with an ethereal, sickly green light. The energy in the air intensified, a low hum that vibrated through the ground. The magic gathered, ready to be unleashed. The mother cat braced herself, shutting her eyes for a split second, a silent prayer on her breath. But then, something unexpected happened. The kitten let out a cry. It wasn't a cry of fear, but a sharp, piercing wail of pure pain. It stumbled, its little body convulsing. The witch stopped dead. The green light on her staff flickered and died. Through the shadows of her hood, her eyes, once cold and hard, softened. The overwhelming aura of menace vanished, replaced by something else. Concern. The gathering magic dissipated into the night air. She stepped closer, her movements no longer threatening, but slow, cautious, respectful. She knelt down, the damper staining her dark cloak. Andy lowered herself to the ground until she was at eye level with the terrified mother cat. Andy, in that moment, as the fog swirled around them, the truth was revealed. She wasn't hunting the kitten. She was here to protect it. With a gentle, weathered hand, she gestured towards the mark on the kitten's forehead. The villagers had seen a curse. The witch saw a gift. The kitten carried an ancient light, a power so pure and potent it could heal the growing darkness that was poisoning the forest from within. Andy the witch. She was its sworn guardian. Her voice, when she finally spoke, was not the harsh cackle of stories, but a low, raspy sound filled with an ancient sadness. Long ago, she confessed, she had a child of her own. Not a cat, but a human girl, marked with a similar gift. But the villagers, steeped in fear and ignorance, had not understood. Their fear had twisted stories into monsters, and they had taken her child from her, believing they were eradicating an evil. The witch had lived with that loss for centuries, a solitary guardian of the forest's secrets, refusing to let history repeat itself. The villagers had misunderstood everything. Their fear had been the real curse all along. The witch reached out, not to harm, but to heal. A warm, golden light emanated from her fingertips, wrapping around the kitten's tiny, trembling body. The pain cry subsided, replaced by a soft, contented purr. The pain, the sickness that had been plaguing it, simply disappeared, burned away by the gentle magic. The mother cat watched, her defensive posture slowly relaxing. Her heart, which had been pounding with terror, now beat with a different rhythm. Confusion, relief, and something else she hadn't felt in a very long time. Trust. She looked from her peaceful, healing kitten to the woman who was a monster in every bedtime story. Andy saw not a witch, but a savior. By the time the first rays of dawn pierced through the canopy, the forest felt different, lighter. The oppressive heaviness was gone, replaced by the clean, crisp scent of morning dew. The air felt safer. The witch vanished with the sunrise. As quietly as she had appeared, she left behind only one trace of her visit, a soft, glowing symbol carved into the earth at the entrance of the den, a word of protection. The kitten, now free from pain, curled up beside its mother, basking in the warm morning light. It was peaceful, finally and truly. At last, the mother cat licked its head, her eyes no more longer scanning the trees for threats,